Eat, Sleep, Box and Repeat. I'm delighted to be joined by the new WBC Silver Featherweight champion, Nick Ball. Nick, how are you?
Oh, nice, yeah. Just made up with the win, so just chilling out now and having some downtime, yeah, but I'm made up.
Obviously, I think the vast majority of boxing fans tuned in on Saturday night, and I think it's fair to say you put on a career best performance as the underdog and showed the world what you're all about.
Yeah, that's it. It was just getting that opportunity. I've always known what I can do. It was just doing it especially on that big of a show, and I feel like that's what it is. To be honest, I only shown like a little glimpse of me. There's much more to come, but yeah, I definitely did show them what I'm about, and they're liking it. So can't have much.
Looking back at the fight from the very beginning, was there anything that surprised you straight away, maybe in the opening rounds or in the opening few exchanges?
Not really, no, nothing I can think of. Just nothing surprised me. No, it was just I was taking my time more than anything. Normally I'm a fast starter. I just wanted to come out and take my time and see what it was all about. I always knew I had the engine to step it up. I'm fitter than him to put it on. But with this one, I was just taking my time, and in the second round when I caught him, I knew I could hit him then. So I was even more taking my time and waiting for it. Weren't rushing in, being stupid. I was actually on the back foot, making him miss and then making him pay.
You mentioned there the knockdown in the second round. Talk us through that shot. Do you think you'd hurt him enough then to try and stop it potentially then and there in the second round, or did you know that he would have got back up and fought on?
Yeah, you can't say he's not tough because I stepped through with the right, missed the right, and shifted with the left. Through the left over, clipped him on the chin, boss shot, dropped him. He got back up, hit him with some bombs after that. He took him. Yeah, and just he's tough, isn't he? But then it was only a matter of time before I got to him, and that's.
Yeah, you mentioned there, obviously, you continue to put the pressure on him. You did land some absolutely massive shots. Was there a point at all in the fight where you thought, right, come on, surely you're going to go down again here? I've landed all of these shots on you.
Yeah, I knew that I was going to get him again. It was only a matter of when, but I definitely knew I was going to get to him again. And I knew that he was tough anyway. Seeing his last fight, he kept getting up. He's a fighter, and fighters are tough. But it was, as I said, it was only a matter of time before I did get to him. I knew I was going to get to him sooner rather than later.
You say there that you knew you were going to get to him, but is there still sometimes maybe a wee bit of frustration at all when you are landing these good shots, and you know yourself when you've thrown a good shot? Is there a wee bit of frustration when they are landing and then they're not budging?
No, you're not going to be frustrated when you're landing on someone's face. You're going to be the complete opposite. But I am anyway. I'm going to be happy, and that's what it is, isn't it? You'd be frustrated if you're missing. When you miss, you waste energy. When you're hitting someone, it brings you on more, and you're like, and then that's it, isn't it? Like, never frustrated. No, you're just eager to get it more because there's only a matter of time before they can take more, or the ref's going to step in if they took too much damage.
So talk us through the end, and then round 6, the stoppage came in. How did it play out from your perspective in the ring?
Yeah, I was just calm, and he come onto the ropes, and I was catching him. If you watch it back closely, I was catching him with a few right uppercuts, snapping his head up. And then I turned him on the inside and put him into the corner, and his head went off the ropes, and I waited for his head to come back in, and then hit him with the left. Stepped off, looked at the ref because it was a heavy shot. Looked at the ref didn't do nothing, so I carried on. And then the ref stepped in, and then the towel coming after that. So yeah, that was it.
You mentioned there, obviously, you landed those 2 big left hooks afterwards. What do you think happened at the end? Some people are saying that Victor Loughlin should have jumped in a bit before that. But that's not, you're a fighter. That's nothing to do with you. It's not your position to end the fight. So how did you kind of see it from that position? Do you think he maybe could have stepped in a wee bit earlier?
Exactly. That's the problem. If they want to think that, they can. I don't care. I'm a fighter. I'm not worried about the ref. It's kill or be killed in the ring, and it's protect yourself at all times.
Obviously, looking a wee bit further back before the stoppage, in round 3, there was a big clash of heads, and he got badly cut above the left eye. I think you got. wee bit cut yourself as well. What are your thoughts on the head clash and kind of how it affected the fight?
Yeah, I seen that. I didn't know it happened in the fight. We just both stepped in at the same time, and I had my head down, and he had his head up, and he got the worst end of it. On his eye, weren't it? You seen it, but yeah, that was it really. And then it was a nasty cut, and then the fight went on. Then, but boxing, you're gonna get head clashes like that and stuff like that. That just comes with it. But yeah.
Lowe came out himself and said on Twitter, I think it was, that he had really no vision in his left eye from then onwards in the rest of the fight. Do you think it changed the fight massively, or from your perspective, was it you were going to break him down anyway and eventually get the stoppage regardless of the head clash?
Yeah, because I dropped him. I dropped him before the cut. Dropped him heavy before the cut. So you can't really say that, to be honest. And if I'm to be honest, it was only going to get worse regardless whether he had a cut or whether he didn't have a cut. I think so anyway. I was just in second gear. I didn't even step it up. I didn't have to. He was coming in desperate. The only thing the cut done was made him desperate because he thought the fight was going to get stopped. So he tried to force the pace, but he was the desperate one. I was catching him coming in, making a miss, and then catching him coming in with the quick counters. So that was it, really. Yeah, but no.
What are the chances of a rematch? He also came out and said that the WBC have apparently said that there could be a rematch, or is that not something that interests you at all?
No, definitely not. He said in the press conference, if I can't beat Nick Paul, I need to retire. So he wants to stick to his word, doesn't he, and do that.
Interesting. Looking back now, we had a chat before the fight, just at the start of fight week, and I was saying to you about, how did you think the pressure of fighting in front of the big stadium, in front of the big crowd? How do you think that would? How you think you would react to that? Looking back, how did you react to that? Like, what was fight day like? What was it like waking up knowing that night you were going to be going to Wembley Stadium and fighting in front of all these people?
It was more excitement than nerves. Obviously, the nerves is definitely still there because it's my first big fight, first big stage, big occasion. So the nerves are still there, but it was like nerves like any other fight. But to me, I think it was, being honest, I think it was more excitement. I woke up in a boss mood. When I got there, I was loving every minute of it, and that was just in confidence in myself, what I know I can do. And I had the chance to do it on a big stage like that, and it's paid off because everyone's getting behind me now, everyone's supporting me, and I can't thank them enough.
Another thing you said in our interview pre-fight was that you felt like you were made for the big occasion. Obviously, you hadn't had that big breakout fight as of yet, but then it did come. So what kind of gave you the confidence that you knew you were made for that stage and that you wouldn't crumble under the stage and that you would rise to the occasion?
I've always known since a kid. I've been fighting since I was 6, so the fighting is not new to me. And I feel like when you can really fight, you know you can really fight, and it doesn't matter whether it's in front of 9 people or 90,000. As soon as you get in them ropes, you're a different type of focus. And there's only one job to do, and the people in the crowd, and they're only going to witness what you're going to dish out. So it just makes it more better.
How do you feel now then? I think it's 3 days on from the fight. This has been filmed on the Tuesday afternoon. Has it sunk in? What did it feel like from fighting in front of a crowd that size and winning as well? I suppose winning, that's only going to stand you in good stead. Knowing that you can win in these big fights.
Yeah, it's amazing, because all the hard work that you put in over the years and in the gym with the lads, it's just like you're doing it in the gym, but you need to do it in front of in like the stage and where it matters in the lights, and that's what I've done. So it's paying off in it. So I've just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Can't get ahead of myself. Can't get too made up with the way. Obviously I'm made up, but you've got to stay focused as well. You can't come off track or nothing like that. So there's part of me where I want to enjoy it properly, and part of me where I want to get back in the gym tomorrow.
And where does Nick Ball go from here? Like, if you had your own way, how would you pan out your next couple of fights?
I don't really know. That's up to Paul, my manager, and Frank, the promoter. That they're just there to get me the best opportunities and the best fights, and I'm willing to fight anyone. Me, I'll fight for a world title tomorrow. And I'm ready to go. So yeah, just listen to them, keep doing what I'm doing, and line them up.
Obviously, you're fighting in a division, which I think it's fair to say domestically and on the world scene is absolutely stacked at the minute. Even just looking, at the Brits, we've got the likes of Lee Wood, Mick Conlan, Jordan Gill. Those types of fighters. Are any of them on your radar now?
Not really. No, I don't really look at them and think like that's a goal to fight them. Just whoever's got the belts and the biggest fight is who I'll fight, and whoever they put in with me, they're in my way to get to become a world champion. So I'll get in with them and take them out.
Another thing you said,
who it is.
Sorry about that. Another thing you said to me pre-fight was you felt like you were already world level, even though people hadn't seen a lot of you at all, but you felt like you were already world level. So is that something, if you did get a world title fight next, I'm not saying that you will, but if you did get offered that next, is that something you're taking, even though it's early days? Yeah. Yeah,
I'd take that. Yeah, definitely. I feel like if I got offered the world title fight next week, I'd take it. I'd win it, and that's just me being honest. That fight there, it was good, but that was only a little glimpse of me. That was just a little something. I've got more in the tank to show you.
If that was only you in second gear, I think the world's going to be pretty excited to see what you can do even more then. So how, you said there that you do, part of you wants to relax, part of you wants to get back in the gym. So how do these next few days and weeks look? Are you going to have some downtime? Are you going to go on holiday? Are you going to chill, or is it back into the gym as soon as possible?
Yeah, I'm on strict orders to relax by Paul and my strength and conditioning coach Tom. I'm on strict orders just to have a week off and just rest, because sometimes rest is more important. And I've been saying it now for some weeks. I'd say all year round, but as I said to you in the first interview, but it's intense for a certain amount of weeks for the fight, and you've got to have that downtime to come back up again. So I think I'll just have to be disciplined and have the week off.
Listen, Nick, I really appreciate your time. Thanks again for everything, and really well done on Saturday night there.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate it.